Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you as always for stopping by. I'm just doing a really casual get ready with me type video today. I follow a YouTube vlog account. I think it's Don't Be a Sad Panda. I'm gonna link her below, but she's hilarious and she does these videos and I thought it was super fun. And it kind of gives you an idea of what my makeup routine is, because I do have people asking me sometimes like either about skincare or makeup routine type stuff. So that is why I'm here without makeup, pimples and all, freckles, everything, because I'm going to do my makeup today. And I'm gonna do it with you. I don't know how this is gonna go. I have like my mirror with me so that I can see myself, because I honestly don't know how beauty bloggers do their makeup with such a tiny little screen to look at. I don't know, there must be a trick. I'm new to this whole thing, so I'm not in the know with how to go about this. So we're gonna wing it. I don't know what we're gonna talk about. It's just gonna be really casual. And today I have on my Support Your Girl Gang tank top. I'm gonna link this tank below as well. My friend sells them at her shop. And if you can't find them online or they're sold out, just contact her because she orders them all the time, kind of as needed. But I love them. Girls, gotta support each other. Thank you, by the way, for all of you that follow along with me, because it means a ton. So we're just gonna get started and let's see how this goes. Maybe I should scoot in a little bit. Let's see. Okay, so I do struggle with acne. I always have. It's genetic. My dad's struggled with acne, I know, growing up. My sister and brother both also get acne still, even as adults. They're older than me, I'm the youngest. It's super frustrating, but honestly, I've kind of just grown to like, it is what it is. I just wish people would stop telling their teenagers, like, you'll grow out of it. Like, fuck, I turned 20, like thinking, okay, I'm gonna turn 20 years old. I'm done with teen years. I'm gonna have gorgeous glowing skin. Yeah, not so much. So, you know, it is what it is. Thank God for makeup some days. I'm particularly having a really hard time with my like chin area, and I think it's just hormonal from like my birth control, or maybe it's like, I don't know, from like touching my face like I keep doing and I shouldn't. I know they say you shouldn't touch your face, but like, you know, you got an itch, you gotta scratch it. So, yeah, I don't know, let's get started with this whole thing and see how it turns out. So I've already moisturized and I've already put my primer on because I really just didn't want to have to get up and wash my hands again. But this is the primer I'm using. It's the Photo Loving primer. It's a silicone-based primer that fills your pores, which if you struggle with acne, probably you have big pores. It just kind of seems to go hand in hand. I do love this new primer that I got from Hard Candy, which I believe you can only find at Walmart, unfortunately. But it's super hydrating and it's warm today, and I do tend to get a little bit oily, so I think I'm gonna save this one and use it more in the winter. I'm using today the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation Concealer, and I use this beauty blender, which needs to be retired, and I have a new one, I haven't opened it yet. I'll link this beauty blender below, and I'll try and link all of the items, or at least list them so you can find them. The only place I've been able to find this foundation is also at Walmart, which kills me, but I know you can buy it online. I will say, if you are extremely pale, this line will not be for you, because I am using the lightest shade that they have, at least in stores. And I'm really tan right now for me, because it's midsummer and it's like just barely light enough. I'm gonna apply the foundation just in like the spots that I need it for now. Kind of mix it in with my finger first. It's also now all in my nail bed, which is cool. I can't wait for that. Okay, and then I do dampen my makeup sponge. And I'm just going to blend that in. Uh-oh, my dog's probably gonna start howling in a second because she hates fire trucks. Let's see. Maybe not today. They're not close enough for her to be upset about. Normally, like, people just put foundation, like, well, I guess that's not true. I was gonna say most of the time, like, people put foundation kind of in their T-zone only because that's where most women end up needing the most coverage is like in your T-zone. But because I'm having such a hard time with the skin on my like lower chin line, on my lower chin, or jawbone line, then it's like that's kind of where my need is. So I actually use my foundation there more than I do anywhere else. Sorry, I'm like really aggressive with this right now. And like if I have some excess, I'll just put it kind of like on my forehead and just keep blending it out. Now, this foundation is supposed to be medium to full coverage, and I would agree that it is. I do find it can be pretty blendable as well, so I'm gonna add, because I have a huge fucking pimple right here. God, hormones, ladies. It's rough. It's like whatever my hormones feel like doing that week is what I then have to deal with. So like, maybe I might grow a mustache this week. Maybe a beard. Maybe I'm gonna rack a pimple in the middle of my nose. Like, it's just, you know, it's always a gamble when I wake up in the morning. Probably like guys out there like dying to grow a mustache, and here I am like whipping one out every couple of weeks. Don't worry, I take care of it. Gotta do what you gotta do. And hey, it's life. Like, I used to be so embarrassed about the fact that I like had pimple, or like, I remember being self-conscious about having little hairs like on my fingers or my toes. Like, that's what society has come to. It's made teenagers or young adults or young females self-conscious about hair growing on their body. Yeah, like that's literally how our bodies work, and that's how they stayed warm for like many years when we were like cavemen and cave women and ladies. So the fact that that was like a thought that went through my mind is crazy. I'm just so glad I'm not at that point anymore in my life where I have to like feel like that's even a big deal. Now I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pop this pimple literally right in front of you because it needs to be done, and I'm also gonna shave off my mustache. Speaking of shaving, I do actually like totally shave my face, which I know sounds crazy, but this is like one of these eyebrow shavers. I believe it kind of became popular first initially over in Japan, and people would like use them to shape their eyebrows, but I totally use these. Like, I will shave like all the little peach fuzz off my face. I know I'm not the only one, so before you start leaving mean comments, like, consider don't, because I'll delete them. But it makes your makeup lay much smoother on your face, and it does not grow back like really like prickly or anything like that. But it's nice when you just need to like clean up a couple like stray hairs. So now I'm gonna put on my eyeshadow. I do have an eyeshadow primer, but for right now I'm just gonna use this Age Rewind concealer. It's a little light for me right now because it's summer. So I'm just gonna use that to kind of lighten up my eyelids. I have like super deep set eyes, which can make them appear super dark, and then it looks like I'm like, I haven't slept in days. So I'm just gonna go over it with like a little bit of a concealer just to brighten it and to create like kind of a platform for my eyeshadow to stay on. But one of my favorite tricks to do when I'm just like trying to go out with like a casual look is to use just a little bronzer on my eyelid as like my main color, because it will give you some depth and it will give you like, it'll make you look alive, and like you put in a little bit of effort, but really you didn't put in a lot of effort. So I will just take like a fluffy brush and blend it all over my eyelid as like a base color, so that I have some type of definition without having to put like a ton of effort in. I'm sorry if you can see the mirror and it's like super weird, but I cannot look in that mirror or in that camera and do this. It's like impossible. Okay, so it gave like a little bit of definition without going crazy overboard with anything, which I feel like I didn't really wash my makeup off all the way, shocker. But it gives you some color without having to like really do too much work, which I'm all about, like, because most of the time I'm doing my makeup, it's during the work week, and like I don't have time at you know, 6:30 in the morning to be worrying about like how fancy my makeup is. Now, to add like just a little bit more depth, I'm gonna go in with this palette from Makeup Revolution, and I'm gonna kind of combine this color and this color, which I just realized these actually don't have names, so I can't tell you what they are because there's no name to it, but it's like a reddish brown, and I'm tap it off, and I'm just gonna go into the corners of my eye just so I can get like just a smidge more definition on the corners. So because well, I mean, maybe it's just my perception, but because my eyes tend to be set inward, I like to add a little bit, just slight definition to the outer corners. And essentially like what this will do is like give the appearance of them like being wider than they actually are. And then I'll tie this color in to my bottom lash line once I put on my concealer. Another tip is to basically take your highlighter palette. I'm gonna go in with the same brush, which I'm not even gonna pretend to tell you what these brushes are. Like, that's not my game. I have no fucking clue. I mean, it says a tapered blending brush, so whatever. I guess that's it. And I'm gonna go into this gold shade right here. And I'm just gonna kind of like get it on my brush a little bit and just go over like the main part of my eye. And this just kind of like gives you, again, like a little bit more, like it looks like you put in a lot of effort, but you didn't. Use the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I have it in number 20 Sand. And it's got a little bit of a yellow undertone to it, which is perfect for me because I do have yellow undertones in my skin. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this in any area that needs some extra coverage, which a huge one for me is my under eyes, because I do have like really dark under eye circles, just like how my skin is right there. It's like very purpley. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that there. And then I put like just a couple dabs on my forehead. I don't really have a lot of problem area on my forehead. And then I'm gonna go ahead on my lips and my chin, because this is like where I have the hardest time probably, other than my jawline right now, which I look crazy. Holy shit. Okay, let me blend this out real quick. Particularly this spot, because that looks wild on camera. So I just go through with my beauty blender, whatever you want to call this thing, and I blend it out, which it blends really easily. The Fit Me concealer, I mean, it's no Shape Tape, But Shape Tape is like really full coverage, and I do love it. I tried it for the first time at my friend's wedding. She had it and I was like, let me see that. But it's like full coverage, like 100% full coverage, and it's great. But in the summer, like it's just a casual day, like I don't know. I don't think I need to have that much coverage on unless I'm going out or it's like a special event. So for the most part, this Fit Me concealer works really well. I will also say, let me finish blending this really quick, because if there's anything that can save you at makeup, like if you're not good at it, let me just tell you what. The one thing that you need to remember is to just blend the shit out of it. When you think you've done enough blending, do more, because you have not done enough blending. You never do enough blending. There's nothing worse than when like people have blatant like lines in their makeup, like on their jawline or anything, and I was so fucking guilty of that. Oh my god. Oh my god, it was so bad in like middle school and high school even. I just like did not understand the concept of matching foundation. Like, first of all, I was buying cheaply made foundation to begin with, and it oxidized so bad that like I literally think I just like looked like an Oompa Loompa, which wasn't just me. Everyone in the 2000s was guilty of this, because that was the thing. Like the tanner, the more tan you were, the better. And now I look back and I'm like, woof, what happened to my face? And again, like I was saying, I was super self-conscious about the fact that I did have pimples, and I kind of like went a little overboard. So, you know, I don't know about teens these days. Like, they don't seem to be going through awkward stages. What the fuck? It's so unfair. You know, I had like 6 bangs, literally like 6 hairs that were bangs, pimples. I mean, my neck grew faster than the rest of my body. I weighed probably like 110 pounds when I entered high school. Maybe that's being generous. And so I was this like scrawny girl with braces, 6 bangs, and a long ass neck, to the point where someone literally came up to me on the bus and was like, you have the longest neck I have ever seen. And I was like so self-conscious. I mean, now I don't mind it because it's like, it elongates my body and I kind of grew into it, but I'm not kidding you. I have friends that can attest to this. I will like expect them to comment and be like, holy shit, girl looked like a giraffe, at least until senior year, maybe even in senior year. I don't even know if I grew into this gorgeous thing until like I was close to 25, 26. It works great for chokers though. Positives. Yeah, like they're awkward season. Like I see some of my older friends who have teenage children and I'm like, excuse me, you are way too cute to be 16. Like, be ugly like the rest of us were, you know? Man, it's so unfair. I use this contouring palette from Wet n Wild. But to me, like, I don't know. I'm not like getting crazy like the Kardashians. That's not gonna be me. I'm just gonna like rock a little bit of color underneath, or like right here to kind of shape my face and my forehead. I am going to set my under eye though really quick, just with the powder portion of this palette. I don't know if that's what the intention is for this, but that's what I'm gonna use it for. Okay, so now that I've set my under eye, before I forget, I'm gonna do my lower lid with my eyeshadow, and I'm also gonna go in and just like touch up my eyeshadow that I did previously, because sometimes you'll like kind of wipe a little bit of it away when you do your under eye makeup. So I'm just gonna kind of add a little bit more into the corners again, and then blend that out. And again, remember, blend, blend, blend. You just can't blend enough. That's all I know. That's all I can tell you. I am not a makeup professional, let me just tell you that either. So if you're gonna like come into this video and be like, oh my God, you should have done this first or this step, or you don't use concealer for eyeshadow primer, like move on from this channel in general, because I'm not gonna try and claim that I am at all a makeup artist or anything. I just grew up loving makeup. My sister loved makeup, and it's just kind of like in our blood, I think. We just love it. And it's fun to play around with. And yeah, I think that that's partly like a negative aspect of blogging, like beauty blogging or vlogging, is that you kind of feel inadequate if you're not like amazeballs at makeup or something like that, when in reality, like, there's people that want to see just everyday makeup too. So don't feel like what you have to offer is any less than what other girls have to offer, and just go out there and do it, because someone might really enjoy what you have to share, and maybe they're not looking for some crazy like avant-garde eyeshadow, you know, looks, and maybe they just want like an everyday tutorial kind of thing. So yeah, don't be afraid to share it, because I think there's a place for everyone on YouTube, in blogging, on Instagram, social media, whatever it is. Like, if you want to try it out, just do it. Don't be afraid. I think a big thing that I've taken away from blogging since I started, which I started just about, I want to say 2 years ago. I started blogging kind of as a way, as an outlet, after Blake and I had moved to Pittsburgh, and we were kind of away from all of our family and friends, or most of our family and friends. And it kind of started out just as a way for like an outlet for me to kind of stay in contact with people and have a connection, because I kind of felt lonely that I didn't have, you know, like my friend group around me or anything like that. And it kind of morphed into more of this like fashion beauty focused thing, which I had always wanted to do, but I didn't really know how to do it. And then it kind of just fell into place. I met some amazing girls in Pittsburgh that helped me. But, you know, the big takeaway that I have to say from blogging is that not everybody's going to get it. Like, not everybody's going to understand, like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you taking these outfit photos? I think even Blake at first was like, what are you doing? And, like, I know my mom was like, what's up with this blog? Like, why are you like, what is a fashion blog? Why do you want a fashion blog? And, you know, for me, it was just fun, and it was a way for me to connect with other, females who had, and women that had the same interests as me. And also I just really I've always really enjoyed fashion, and I've always really enjoyed budget-friendly fashion, which my mom can totally relate to on that, because she passed that gene down to me. But still to this day, there's times where I hear comments from people, and they come off in a way that lets me know that they don't get it, and I think that that's okay. They don't need to understand why you're doing something, and you're not doing it to please everyone else. Do it because you want to please yourself, and because it's something that you enjoy and it brings you happiness. So that's my little like 2 cents. There's the little psychologist in me coming out a little bit during our makeup tutorial here, but I just, you know, it can be discouraging sometimes when you kind of feel like your family, or if not your family, family, friends, whoever, maybe like just don't really understand. And they, you know, I've never been given a hard time from any of my friends or family. But like I said, there's times where there's been comments made, and I know it's coming from a place from just being like kind of like not in social media and not into blogging, and it's just such a great community. There's just no other way to explain it. Like, and it's fun. I have such a blast making these videos, and I have such a blast engaging with people, and the friends that I've made are amazing. And like, if that's not good enough reason to do it, I don't really know what is, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not getting paid big bucks to do it. I'm never probably gonna be a huge, massive blogger like some of these people who have like, you know, 100,000 followers. Like, yeah, I'm just happy with my 10. Like, thank you. I appreciate you guys. That's fine. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is my brows, and I'm gonna use this City Color Bold Brow. My sister-in-law gave this to me. It was in her Ipsy bag, and honestly, I just kind of ran out of this other Anastasia one, and I'm just gonna use this because whatever. So, because it's just a casual, I'm like super close to the camera. Since it's just a casual day, summer day, I'm not going crazy with my brows. So obviously you can see the difference between like this side of my face and this side of my face. It looks a little crazy right now, but we're gonna tame it down. And actually once I do my other brow, it will look much more natural. I love a bold brow. I used to hate my eyebrows, and that was because I grew up in the 90s and the early 2000s when it was super popular to like pluck the crap out of them and have like sperm eyebrows. So it's taken me a while to grow them to a point where I'm like happy with them, because my eyebrows, like, they are somewhat sparse or thin. My sister has like beautiful eyebrows. I'm so jealous. I don't know like how come she got to get them and I didn't, but she did. She also has like beautiful full lips. Nope, not over here either. So, but yeah, I think if you're gonna pick something that really, I think the go-to used to be mascara. Like if you had to pick one thing that you would never leave the house without, and people are like, mascara! I feel like things have changed. Honestly, I don't know if I could leave the house without my eyebrows done. Even if I'm like going to the gym and which I don't do my eyebrows for, but when I go to the gym and I see myself in the mirror, I'm like, ugh. Is that my face? Like, holy smokes. So, again, I just kind of filled them in with powder and I followed their natural line. And just to kind of like smooth out the line so it doesn't look super crazy, I'm just gonna brush through them, kind of brush up. And then after you finish brushing, you might find that you need to go in and fill in a couple spots, which I do. So, just gonna touch them. Sometimes I use this powder wet too, if I want more intense eyebrow, but I don't want it to be quite to the point where the gel product is. You can just wetten this a little bit, and it will kind of give you a deeper, more controllable look, like powder look. That's like just a smidge more intense. So there's my eyebrow. So again, like I said earlier, because I do feel like my eyes are set back, like they're sunken, like I have sunken in eyes, like that's how my face is made, and that's just the style of eye I have. And because they're like more narrow set, I do like to take a little black eyeshadow. Sometimes I get it wet, but I can't right now because I don't have water with me. And that will just like add a smidge more depth. And you can carry it down to like your under eye too, but I don't. Oh, I did forget, shoot. I am going to go in, now that I've finished my eyebrows, I am gonna go in with a matte like skin like tone that's like close to my skin tone kind of, but maybe a little bit lighter, and just clean up underneath my brow. Just so, in case you get any like flecks or whatever. And then I'm gonna just take my bronzer and put it kind of in this part of my cheek and also around my forehead. And this will kind of, and then blend the crap out of it. And I also do a little bit right here. Give my nose some shape too, because you've essentially like flattened your whole face out because of putting concealer and foundation on. So you kind of want to bring life back into you. Like, we're not 2D people, like we're not a drawing, we're real humans. And we have shapes to our face, and you can like learn, you can probably go Google like what's the best contour shape for my face and all that, if you're really interested. I really just broke this blush container, but it's Wet n Wild, and it was like mulled wine or something. It's kind of a peachy blush tone, which I like for summer because I'm, again, like just looking for like kind of a natural look. And I do like blush because I think it kind of makes me, it like gives my face, it looks like you're awake, you're alive, you still have blood rushing through you. So I just use a really light hand with it. This blush is super buildable, and it's honestly one of my favorites. And again, I learned about it from Kathleen Light's channel. Wet n Wild has really like come a long way since I was in school, like back in the day in high school when I used to actually buy it. Now like it's pretty legit. Okay, so that's about all I'm gonna do other than mascara, which again, also this is my new favorite mascara. It's the Mega Plump. It's about $4. It's from Wet n Wild. I do have this one, which everyone's like losing their minds about. This L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. I am so torn on it, you guys. I bought mine. I was so ecstatic. Everyone is talking about it. Quick tip, do your lower lash line first. My mom taught me this. Such a good mom. Well, oh, of course I just like fucked it up, but do your lower lash line first, because when you do your upper lash line, then you're not like, okay, if I do my upper lash line first, and then I go to do my lower lash line, my eyelashes will leave spot, like mascara all on the top of my lid. So if you do your lower lash line first, you don't have to worry about it. But okay, so back to that new L'Oreal mascara. Everyone's losing their minds over it. I was super excited to get it. And mine is so clumpy, you guys. Like, I can't even, I don't know, like I can't figure out if I got a bad one. Other people are saying it's not clumpy. Mine is so thick that it is literally hard for me to use. I'm gonna put it on over this one because that's the only way that I can figure out how to use it without it literally just making my eyelashes look like big clumps of like spider legs. Is that a thing? Did I make that up? I don't know what description to give clumpy lashes, but I want to like it. It's got such good potential. Like, the brush is amazing and it really does give you like this falsy look, but I just find it way too thick. So mascara like always completes. I get why people picked mascara as their #1 item, but I'm telling you, man, eyebrows can do a world of difference for people. So like, look how clumpy it is on like, I don't know, you guys. So if you're gonna put in on more than one coat of mascara, let it sit for a second. Don't let it dry all the way, but just let it sit for a quick second. Before you apply your next coat. You don't want to like just pull off everything that you already just put on. Okay. I mean, it is like a huge difference. So I am gonna buy another one. I just like, I can't get over how fucking clumpy and thick it is. Like, I wanna love you. Why are you making it so hard? Hope you enjoyed getting ready with me today. Let me know if I should do this again, like with different looks or just different topics to talk about. This time I kind of like stayed focused on what I was doing with my makeup and actually like kind of more of a tutorial. But let me know, like I love the idea of like maybe talking about something that has nothing to do with makeup, like as if you were just hanging out with your girlfriends and like having a conversation while getting ready to go out. But yeah, let me know. Also, I totally don't wear lipstick, so I'm just gonna kind of like clean off my lips and throw a chapstick on, and that's it for me. So, okay. Also, let me know if you've had a hard time with the L'Oreal mascara, because I'm just curious if I'm the only one like in the United States / world right now who is not falling head over heels with it. I mean, I want to fall over head over heels for it. I just haven't yet. So yeah, I'm gonna go get my hair a little bit more put together, and I have a nail appointment this afternoon because these things are totally grown out. And yeah, I'll link all that stuff below. And again, let me know your opinion. Did you like this video? Did you not like this video? Do you have comments about the products that I used? Anything like that. And I can't wait to see you guys next time. Bye.